Hey, Clearfield Jefferson Suicide Prevention Team, the communities of DuBois, Clearfield, Curwensville, Brookville, Pennsylvania. My name is Jeff Yalden, and I was just recently invited. I'm actually right now completing my 5-day visit to your incredible communities working with the Clearfield Jefferson Suicide Prevention Team. And this morning, I'm here at the Meadows getting ready to speak to their inpatients, the psychiatric hospital. I'm honored. I can't wait. And I'm processing the past 5 days. I'm humbled. I have a full heart, incredibly grateful. I want to applaud each and every one of you. Number one, the Clearfield Jefferson Suicide Prevention Team, a volunteer team that is a model for other communities to want to emulate. What are you doing that, in my opinion, is a step above what so many communities are really trying to do? And you're doing it. So I want to applaud you. Um, I want to thank you. And I want to share with you where I think a lot of this is coming from. But I also want to invite you to continue, please. Continue your support, continue the efforts. And I want to ask those of you that are not involved, how can you, what does it look like for you? How can you get involved? A couple things I want to share. Number one, I want to really applaud Miss Lana and Miss Mary, um, and their team of people for being a voice, for your advocation and your hard work every day to make the walk we had successful, to make our school visits that we had unbelievably successful, which leads me to this. This could not have come to fruition and have had happened if it wasn't for that administration in that school community opening their hearts and saying, yeah, we'd love to have this. You have to understand, there's so many people that want to get into our schools for our teachers and staff and kids, but it's really hard as an administrator when you have all of this responsibility under you and you don't know what's going to be said, how it's going to be said, how it's going to be heard. And those triggers can certainly leave pieces that we're left having to pick up when the speaker has gone. So I want to thank you so much for taking this opportunity, but sure, it could be a risk. If it wasn't for you, we would not have planted the seeds and given the hope and the support and the encouragement. This was amazing. All of the schools, DuBois. Man, I kept saying to myself, if tomorrow's school is half as awesome as this school, we're gonna have an amazing day. And the thing is, every day just kept getting, not that one school was better than the other, but I think I was just so overwhelmed with gratitude and appreciation and just this joy of how awesome your school communities, all of the support and involvement and what you guys are doing. I want to thank you. I want to thank the teachers and staff members for opening their hearts and letting me be a part of your culture and climate. I want to thank your students. My gosh. It's like your students just gave me their heart. It's like they just sat there and they opened it up and said, Jeff, give me everything you have. Speak to me. the stories I heard of triumph and resiliency and grit and hope, the 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 tools that, as I spoke to your kids, I heard them using their wisdom. They're asking for help. They're doing the work. They want more. The brokenness, the kids that are having to deal with adult issues on an everyday basis. At some of these kids, you just look at and you say, the fact that you even made it to school today, I'm so proud of you. I am so honored, humbled, and thankful that I got to come to your community, Clearfield Jefferson, DuBois, Brookville, Clearfield Jefferson, Curwensville. I'm so proud that I got to meet some great, awesome administrators and counselors and teachers. I met pastors and school resource officers. You guys were all so welcoming and inviting. And so, why do I think that your community is a step above? Because, like I said to the superintendent yesterday at Curwensville, forgive me, please. I said, sir, I said, there's a calmness and energy in this building that it's different. I said, what are you guys doing? And he said to me, he says, Jeff, I hear this from people. A lot of people say this about our kids. And he said, you can't just put one thing on it. And I think I get it. It's the combination of the culture we create in the building, the climate that is in our building, the energy, and that energy comes from the top down. It's our teachers and our staff and them being present and not teaching because they have a contract, but to come to school because they're building relationships and they're molding and shaping the minds of the kids that come through their doors, knowing that this is their house, this is their family. I mean, why is it that when I asked the kids yesterday if bullying is something that exists in the school, yeah, teenagers, yeah, I get it, but all the kids said, not really. I mean, yeah, sometimes you have like someone's being mean, but they're being mean. It's not necessarily bullying. It was a small community. A lot of the teachers and staff that teach there live there, grew up there. They all have made this their home, their family. One of the kids said, every teacher knows all of our names. It's those little things that day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year make a difference. So, in short, it's about all of us, parents, teachers, the coaches, the kids, administrators, our community. Be present every day. Be mindful of your influence, what you say, you having acceptance and being non-judgmental, your forgiveness, your attitude, your behavior, how you present yourself. It's you, it's me, it's us just being people of grace. Just be that productive neighbor, citizen that we're trying to teach our kids to grow up and be for their communities. And if we do that every day, 1% show up, 1% day after day over the long term is huge. And it's okay to not be okay, but it's not okay to not be okay and to feel that you can't ask for help or that you don't know who to ask for help. Maybe start with your neighbor, your friend. And then for each of us, it's important that we know how to give that unconditional support that someone might need and to help them make healthy decisions, good coping skills. Let's problem solve together and let's find the right people that we need to talk to. If we're struggling with math class, we would probably go to the math teacher. If we have a cough and it's lasting a couple of days, we probably call the doctor. If we don't understand, this play in this particular sport, you probably ask the coach. Well, if you don't understand why you're feeling this way, your heart, your anxiety, your stomach, you're having this like panic attack or something, go to the nurse, go to the guidance counselor. You may ask your parents. I don't, and I know some of you have more trusted people than others. Find the trusted person. Don't ever be afraid to ask them for help. In short, my friends, Clearfield Jefferson suicide prevention, the DuBois community, DuBois, Pennsylvania. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'm grateful, I'm privileged, I'm honored, I'm humbled that I got to be a part of your awesome community and to the some 3,000 people that we got to plant seeds to. My friends, we made a difference. We made a difference. And I thank each and every one of you for being an advocate, for giving your support, your time, your volunteer efforts, and thank you everybody. To Miss Mary and Miss Lana for inviting me in and being my point of contact. And to your team, thank you. To the schools, the administrators, the teachers, the kids. You guys were all, it was just an incredible, I'm a better man because of each and every one of you that I got to meet and I got to share my heart. God bless. Take care. Stay present. I love you all, my friends.